Welcome to the Risk Forever channel, guys. The channel which shares the most relevant tips and tricks on how to win at Risk and improve your rank in no time. Subscribe to the channel and you won't even see how fast you will become so much better at Risk. Push that notification bell to see new videos first. This is your host Champion Ever. Today I'm playing 6-player fixed card game on classic Risk map with blizzards. Settings: alliances on, balance blitz dice rolls in 60 seconds per turn. This time I'm playing against 2 beginner rank players who are orange and purple, and 3 intermediate rank players who are yellow, blue and green. The game with half experienced players, no high ranks here, so we will have to see how it goes, guys. I will have to be very careful not to irritate them too much. As always, wish me best of luck and may the best player win. My initial thought was to go for Africa, but the blue player moved in here, so I had to change my plans and put my troops to somewhere else. I saw nobody was putting their troops to North America, so with the orange player moving his troops out from it as well, I decided to go for it. I think it will be my best opportunity. Of course, I could have put my troops to South America and potentially go for it. But the thing is that South America along with Australia are mostly wanted continents when it comes to the game with low-ranked players. So if you don't have many more troops than anybody else in these continents, then I guess it's better not to go for them. The game I played before this one, I tried to go for Australia. I added my troops there, but another player who had some troops there as well decided to go for it as well, and just straightly crushed my troops in the very same turn without even letting me move them out. Later on I didn't have a set at 4 cards, and with only having my 16 troops army with no continent at all, I've got straightly taken out, finishing in the 6th place. So I didn't want to have the same experience with this current game as well. I saw that green player has 3 troops on Brazil and that the purple player has 5 troops on the territory of North Africa. So it was very likely for one of them to go for South America, and with them being the last 2 players and getting some additional troops, I wouldn't have had a chance to compete with them at all. So I decided not to risk and instead of that to play safe. I started building an army in North America, and I mean if some 2 players fight for South America, then they could potentially clear it out for me, but if not, then I will gladly continue going for North America. It is one of the continents who give the most troops, so it can be tough, but this is what the alliances are for. I will try to make them with the neighboring players and be friendly with them without really even guarding, just having some counterattack armies one territory behind all the borders. But in case these players tend to be aggressive, then I will have no choice but just simply continue building my troops to one big army and wait for any upcoming opportunities. Like low-ranked players like to fight each other, so eventually one continent could become cleared out for me if I'm lucky. But if I get no continent at all, then it's not a problem as well. Well, only as long as I won't be taken out. Lol. The weakest players are always in a potential danger of getting taken out first, but assuming I won't bother these low-ranked players, I might be good. Like I already made the alliance with the purple player who is probably about to capture South America. Wait, he's about to get crushed. So come on blue, blitz purple and give away South America for me. Well, okay. The blue player is not that stupid enough. He probably showed to purple that if he doesn't move his army, then it can be crushed. And nice, the orange player has just accepted my alliance request. Well, I wasn't going to invade him anyways, I just wanted to put 4 troops next to his border, making clear that I want to go for North America, so he wouldn't potentially capture Greenland, bringing some troops there. And nice, the green player accepted the alliance request as well. After she captured South America, she kept her army next to my border, and fortified her other army in Asia towards my side as well. So to make sure that nobody crazy will be going on, I had to make an alliance. But it seems she won't be able to have South America as the purple player has just invaded her and left his army there. While the purple player was waiting so long to move to South America, the green player has decided to take that opportunity and capture South America by herself. But when she finally captured it, the purple player finally decided that truly South America is the continent he wants to go for. So I don't know guys, it seems there might be a conflict there, and if they destroy a lot of their troops, I might snatch the opportunity and move out to there by myself. I'm not in a rush to capture North America, when everything is unknown. I mean the green player might want to move her Asian army to South America to retaliate against purple, so I moved my 4 troops army away and made her the way. I don't want North America to get invaded as soon as I capture it, so we'll see. But alright, the green player neither moved through Asia nor moved into North America, but still I think that it's better to wait till these players will finally conclude the situation in South America. Anyways, so far I'm really happy with the alliance with the orange player. He is the strongest player and doesn't guard against me at all, and doesn't even have a counter-attack army when territory behind my border, while guards all his borders against other opponents properly. So I think he might be the type of the player who takes alliances too seriously and can give you an easy win by doing all the dirty work for you by crushing your opponents, or letting you hold way too much stuff. So yeah guys, he is the player which I can trust, and it would be good to keep him in the game better than anybody else. Well, I have the alliances with purple and green players as well, but how genuine our alliances will be is still unknown. Neither I captured any continent so far, nor they did by themselves. So I have no idea how well they would guard against me or whether they would let me hold a big continent at all. Anyways, since the green player didn't move through North America to combine her armies, I think it would be the best to capture North America right now. I shouldn't wait any longer, before the blue player or anybody else starts moving their troops to it or so. Also I don't want to be many troops behind orange. I want to be an equivalent opponent and have the same good chances to win as him. Let's see what the purple player is going to do. And nice, he finally crushed green troops. Probably waited so long because of my big army which had an access to South America and because of potential retaliation of the green player. When the North America wasn't captured, the green player could move through it to South America, but now by my biggest army being in Alaska and blocking the way, she cannot anymore go through North America anymore, so now unless she goes through Blue's Africa. But I mean it's really impossible to get South America for her anymore. If she went from Blue's Africa and attacked Purple's troops, then basically it would be a suicide and both players would lose the game. So I think the green player will just have to accept the fact that she doesn't have any continent and just put her troops to one big army until she gets an opportunity. But by being without a continent in a 6-player game and at the same time being the weakest, she is in a really big disadvantage and has the highest chances of getting eliminated first. So the best thing she could do is to make alliances with everyone and just hope that some players will start crushing each other while dropping her off the radar and having more important business to do. The green player constantly asks me to attack the purple player, and I mean I understand her frustration of purple crushing her troops and not letting have South America, but there's no purpose to attack purple for me at all. I would just lose the ally, and not a simple one but the one who doesn't guard against me at all. So I would not only lose a good ally but additionally I would need to start properly guarding against him and be in a potential danger of getting my army crushed. But even if not, meanwhile North America from Asia wouldn't be that well guarded, so I could get potentially invaded by yellow. Or who knows, maybe even the orange player would decide to betray me by attacking through Greenland. I mean yeah, he's an ally, but on the other hand I'm the second strongest player, so the best interest for him would be to get rid of me if possible, so nobody would be as strong as him. So if I start a conflict with purple, the orange player could take the advantage from it, assuming the purple player didn't stay passive as he was but started to put a big army next to my border. Well, I could attack purple to gain more trust and loyalty from the green player, but I mean green is the player with whom I need to have the alliance the least. She is weakest and doesn't have any opportunities at all. So at this point of the game having an alliance with green means nothing to me. I mean she could even break our alliance, it wouldn't make any difference to me. While having an alliance with the purple player is quite more important with him being the neighboring player, I don't want to irritate him at all, the least I need that he would start guarding against me or even consider attacking me. And OMG guys. I cannot believe that the blue player attacked me. I didn't expect it from him at all. I really thought he was going to clear out purple from South America or doing something stupid like that, lol. But alright, I'm not invading him back, the least I need that he would invade me again. But what in the world the green player has just done? That was the most stupid decision ever, as even if she successfully cleared out purple from South America, she wouldn't be able to hold it anyways, and instead of that she would be straightly taken out. So I don't know, maybe the green player understood that and just wanted to get the revenge for the purple player. Maybe green was the type of the players who go by the logic that if you do something bad to them, even if that's not really significant, they will do everything they can to ruin your chances to win. But phew guys, I actually happy that the green player succeeded on purple, as at one moment I thought she was really going to invade me. So I'm glad I wasn't her target. But yeah guys, suiciding is very lame. But I'm glad with the fact that now we have one player less, so the game will less likely end up in a stalemate, or at least be shorter. And yeah guys, my neighboring player was weakened, so it increases my chances to win even more. I won't be in the danger of being betrayed by purple anytime soon. And actually with the purple player becoming so much weaker, it gives me opportunity to take him soon and expand to South America. But with the blue player being kinda aggressive towards me, I'm not sure if it would be the best idea ever, so I shouldn't be in a rush. But with the time we will figure everything out. It's kinda hard to decide what to do with the purple player. I mean, if I get to become the strongest player somehow, then it would be good to keep purple alive, as he is the type of the player who is very passive, who turtles in their continent doing nothing and waiting till other players start fighting each other. So even if I get strong, I doubt he would consider attacking me. But in case the orange player becomes so much stronger, and I get weakened somehow, then it would be bad to have the purple player in the game, as he would expect the dirty work to be done by other players or me, and himself wouldn't help that much. So this is where the paradox is, and it's hard to predict the future on how everything goes. So far the blue player is my biggest enemy, if we can even call him so. But on the other hand, he probably really irritates the orange player by keeping his biggest army next to him. So I don't know guys, if I had to get rid of one of the 3 weakest players, then it might be the smartest to get rid of yellow, who seems not to be too passive but not aggressive as well. I don't know. But I mean, yellow and blue players still have quite a lot of troops each, so no way currently I could take them out, so the only reasonable option for me would be my beloved purple. But OMG guys. What in the world the blue player is doing? Lol. Did he really think that he could take yellow, or he got so mad that yellow crushed his 4 troops that he even decided to suicide on her? Well, I'm not sure, but it was stupid either way. I mean, it's ridiculous to suicide on a player who only crushed your 4 troops. And if we looked at troop counter before blue's attacks, we would see that the yellow player had even more troops than him. So not sure, maybe these yellow split multiple armies made her look quite weaker to blue. But I mean, if he had properly looked at troop counter, he would have seen that attacking yellow was equal to suiciding. So I don't know whether the blue player was so dumb, or if the emotions took over him so badly for the 4 crushed troops that he even wanted to suicide. After the blue player crushed his troops on yellow, I was considering taking him out. But at the end I decided not to. I mean, it still would have been 4-player game, and the orange player might have considered breaking an alliance with me by seeing that I have quite much stuff. At first I thought that he might be a player who takes alliances too seriously, but I'm not that sure anymore. I mean, I see he still takes our alliance seriously by not guarding against me at all and not even having a counter-attack army when territory behind Iceland, but there was no indication of him taking it too seriously too. I mean, he hasn't done any major attacks yet which would highly unfavor him or cause a big conflict. So I see he isn't that dumb and probably wouldn't let me hold too much stuff. And to get involved in a conflict with him is the least I want. So actually I'm really glad the blue player got back to the game and doesn't let orange relax. And I'm not sure what's up with the orange player, but it seems he kinda wants to attack me, or at least to strengthen his borders against me. I noticed that kinda every turn he press on the Iceland territory to add some troops but not actually adds them. so I don't know. But maybe there's a possibility that one of the players tells him to attack me, but the orange player doesn't really want to attack me, but to not upset another player he kinda pretends that he considers to attack me. But maybe he wants to attack me for real. Who knows? I'm not sure. He is a beginner after all, so it's very hard to predict what's on his mind. Anyways, it's hard to believe, but actually both of the players, blue and yellow, got back to the game and actually not that weak at all. But the good news is that now three of the weakest players, purple, blue and yellow, are pretty much equally strong, so now I have the perfect opportunity to get rid of any one of them I want. And so does the orange player. But the thing is that it's still a 5-player game, so if I take one of the players out, then it will give some good advantage to the orange player, and if the orange player takes someone out, then it will give the advantage to me. I mean, after one of the players being taken out, the 3 remaining players could team up for a while to attack the strongest player and even the troops out. But this game is with low-rank players, so I wouldn't expect too much from them. So rather I won't risk. But if the orange player wants, he could take that risk. It's up to him. He is stronger than me anyways. What is interesting is that the yellow player invaded blue into Africa. I mean, I understand yellow's frustration of the blue player almost suiciding on her, but while you're one of the weakest players yourself, it isn't that much smart to start a conflict with another weak player. Weak players shouldn't fight each other differently, they should team up on the strongest players if possible. As if weak players will just attack each other, then eventually it would be no issue for the strongest players to take them out at all. Well, looking specifically in this situation, the yellow player only attacked into unguarded blue's border, which was made of 1 troop, and obviously the yellow player herself is safe. Australia only has 1 border, so the blue player cannot invade her anyhow. So maybe that's quite smart of the yellow player, as the blue player will become the weakest and most likely be eliminated first. The red and orange players are balancing each other by having pretty much the same amount of troops and getting 5 extra troops every turn for their continents each, so there is no way the balance of the game will be broken. And actually I think if the yellow player keeps attacking blue, then blue might get taken out soon by orange. But OMG guys. I cannot believe how ridiculous the blue player is. I mean, why to play such a game like Risk if you get so mad that you think it's worth suiciding when your opponent crushed your army of 4 troops or just invaded you into your unguarded continent, lol. Well, I understand that sometimes some players are complete idiots, but in this case the yellow player hasn't done anything unreasonable. If the blue player wanted to hold continent, then he should have guarded rather than just leaving 1 troop and getting mad when someone invades it. So anyways, to make the yellow player's day at least a little bit better, I took the blue player out first. And now I'm really looking forward to see if the players will be dumb enough to let me hold all these continents. I mean, for the purple player it would be the best to stay neutral and do nothing. But I'm really wondering about the orange player. Hopefully he only invades Africa, I wouldn't mind that at all. But come on orange, come on dude. I thought you will be dumb enough and let me hold all these continents so I will grow strong, eventually having the same number of troops as both of you combined and taking y'all out in a single turn. And I even thought that you might take the purple player out by yourself since I've got rid of our other opponents. But yeah guys, the orange player is not that dumb. It would have been ridiculous to let me hold all these continents. So yeah guys, this is the moment which I was mostly afraid of, I mean the orange player being stronger than me and the purple player staying as a passive turtle. And come on you son of a purple. You thought I won't notice that you specially unleashed Orange's army, which he was dumb enough to block, so he would crush into Australia or have the way to attack into North America. Well whatever, the orange player noticed another way around to attack me into North America anyways. I'm actually very glad that the orange player decided to invade me through purple South America, so the purple player gets involved into the conflict at least for a little bit as well. And there's a very slight chance that he gets mad on orange player too. Anyways, I've got very lucky to get a set at 3, so I invaded the orange player without any problems again. and that I really like about is that the orange player fortified some troops from his Ukrainian army to the territory of Western Europe, meaning that he cannot take Australia from me anymore. So I don't know guys, I think I will attack the orange player just for a little bit more so he would become equally strong as purple. And then I stop attacking him at all and just turtle in Australia, while letting my opponents deal with themselves alone. I mean the purple player is not that passive anymore, so with additionally capturing Africa he will get the same number of troops as orange. So I might get the advantage by being the neutral Australian turtle and watching orange crushing purple's troops. I'm pretty sure it will be the orange player who ruins the balance of the game either towards mine or purple side. But OMG guys! Do you want to say that the orange player has actually had enough and just straightly quit the game? Well, I'm not totally sure as I know some players specially disconnect for a few turns and then suddenly come back to the game having a huge advantage as the real opponents crushed each other. But I don't know, it would be very unusual to do that for a beginner rank player, so probably he disconnected for real. So in such case it would be the smartest to attack purple and get rid of him as soon as possible, as it's so easy to beat the computer players after you deal with your real opponents. But I mean the purple player is only a beginner, so he might not necessarily notice that the orange player quit the game and the computer player took over him. So in such case I would like to take the best I can from the alliance with the purple player. I let him capture Africa and told him to attack orange while actually attacking the orange player by myself too. I mean I'm fine of attacking orange as long as purple doesn't attack me and lets me have North America. And I mean I really hate 3-player situations when one player disconnects, so the 2 remaining players have to start suiciding on each other till one of them loses. I find it really unfair that the losing player has to get the 3rd place while the disconnected player is being rewarded with the 2nd. In any case I know that the purple player can stop being dumb and finally start attacking me, so I will be reasonable while crushing orange's troops and try not to have too many troops blocked. But I totally understand that it can highly backfire me. But like I said I hate kamikazing other player when someone disconnects, and find it very unfair that the disconnected player gets rewarded with the 2nd place. So yeah, I think this is a moment the purple player realized what he must do and gonna betray me. Our alliance is over, the purple player says. Aw, it's so sweet of the purple player that he didn't attack me right away but stayed as a very honest person letting me know about upcoming threat from him. I feel so bad for him, I really appreciate his sweetness but he should have definitely invaded me, as now he totally lost the game. Even if the bot hadn't suicided on him, he would still have lost the game after not invading me. But look guys how dumb the AI in Risk is. The bot literally commits suicide on an innocent player totally giving me the game. And it's not even funny for me at all. Actually I feel very frustrated when I realize how bad the bots in the Risk are. So my suggestion for the developers would be that if one player disconnects and doesn't come back after a few turns, then all that player troops become neutral having new specific color like gray for example, so it would be obvious for other players. And that the disconnected player would get the last available place. I think in this way it would be the most fair for everyone. And of course, that the bots wouldn't come to the game when we don't want. One of the solutions would be to make that the ready up button would be in the lobby and not only after starting a game. As there is quite often a person or two who don't ready up, so we are forced to play with the unwanted bots. So anyways guys, going back to the game. Even though the game was unranked I decided it would still be a nice gesture of giving the purple player the 2nd place. I always try to if possible. I mean I try to reward real opponents over disconnected players. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then I would recommend checking some of these out as well. Watching more videos will help you to progress so much faster. Highly increase your skills by simply watching Risk videos.